Hello and welcome Toastmasters and guests to Technopark Toastmasters meeting number 71. I am Thomas Kivagis. I will be your surgeon at arms for the day. Toastmasters International is a non-profitable organization started by Ralph C. Smedley to promote public speaking. Let me quote the mission of a Toastmaster Club. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. There are some ground rules which needed to be followed during the meeting. One, please refrain from making any references to religion, politics, and sex in your speech, which may hurt others' sentiments. Two, please turn off all the noise making devices like mobile phones or put them in your silent mode. Three, avoid crosstalks and when someone is speaking. Four, considering this virtual setup, please ensure that you mute yourself if you're not speaking. I request all the guests to put their names in the meeting chat to introduce yourself, your name, your organization, and how you came to know about the meeting. If you are interested in joining the club, you may stay back after the meeting and reach out to us. Once again, I welcome all of you to the Technopark Toastmaster meeting. Now, I would like to invite our president for this address, Toastmaster Prakash. Uh, He's the technology consultant at Tata Elxsi who likes traveling, reading, and good designs. Over to you, Toastmaster Prakash.
Thank you, Thomas. That was a wonderful introduction, and of course, Sergeant at Arms address. Good morning, everyone. This is our second meeting in. Welcome to Technopark Toastmasters meeting numbers. As the president of Technopark Toastmasters Club, let me officially open this meeting. And we have a guest today, so let me take a moment to Rubin, could you please come on video and unmute yourself and introduce yourself to us? How did you come to know about Toastmasters, and maybe tell me about yourself in 1 minute?
Yeah, good morning, everyone. I am Rubin. I am working in Technopark Phase 3 audacious Technologies Private Limited. I came to know Toastmaster Club in my one of the friend is working in TCS. His friend is Srija, is in HNR. Here only I know Toastmaster. That's all.
Okay, thank you, Rubin. Yeah, Srija used to be one of our member. Excuse me. Anyway, thanks for joining. And this meeting will hopefully turn you into a Toastmaster. Today, we have a really interesting theme. And before that, let me share you a tip. The tip might not be useful for you because it's, I am going to tell you how to catch a monkey. It may not be useful. But just in case, because in 2014, when I was staying in SFS, and we, four of us were staying there. And one of my friend, Sriram, he used to work in afternoon shift. So one day, he, as usual, he wakes up at 11 a.m. He woke up at 11 a.m. and he went to the kitchen and he saw an unusual guest having his breakfast. He was really afraid to see that there was a monkey there. And he suddenly started calling every one of us. And he was begging us to go there. So two of us rushed to the spot, myself and Pritham. And Pritham and, I was discussing how we can catch a monkey. And we were discussing and we were going to our apartment. And Pritham was actually telling me about a technique, how you can catch a monkey. So the technique is, if you want to catch a monkey, usually it is really difficult, right? I mean, monkeys usually jump around. So the best technique is actually take a jar with a really narrow neck and put monkey's favorite food inside that jar, banana say. And once the monkey sees it, he'll put his hand inside and he grabs that food, but he'll not be able to take out his hand outside of the jar because it's so narrow. But being a monkey, it never leaves its food because he wants its food. And he cannot save his life as well because he will not be able to take away and run for his life. And so we were discussing all this thing and we reached the spot. But fortunately, the security guard came and he chased away that monkey with a stick. So I was thinking, why monkeys are just like that? Why couldn't he just leave that food and run away with his life? Then maybe the monkey might ask us the same question. Being human, you are actually holding on to your fears, your beliefs, your failures, and you're staying in your comfort zone. And today, that's what we are going to discuss. Our Toastmaster, Jisha, a technical architect with more than 15 years of experience and currently working in Suntech, who is interested in badminton and traveling, is going to talk about stepping out of comfort zone. Toastmaster Jisha, stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prakash, for those motivational words and a story. And so the topic, when I came up with the topic, for me, this was something which was very appropriate for me because I am taking up a role, and I usually take up the role of a timer or a grammarian and just stay a little on the backside. But today I've been assigned from Arathi and Prakash to be the Toastmaster of the day. And this is for me a thing of stepping out of comfort zone. So this topic is very much appropriate for me. And I thought of sharing my thoughts on it. Toastmaster Prakash, can you share your screen, please?
Yes, sure.
Okay. Yeah, so stepping out of comfort zone. So all the growth starts at the end of our comfort zone. This is a famous quote from Tony Robbins. So what we want to become or achieve normally lies outside of our comfort zone. And if we remain in our comfort zone, it becomes gradually boring and lifeless, and eventually we become stagnant. So it is important for us to, get out of our, safe zones because it helps you to improve, develop the growth mindset. And this is because when we are afraid to try new things or when we challenge ourselves to try new things, we are able to build resilience. And when we are able to build resilience, we are less likely to buckle under pressure because we have seen it all and we know this is the extreme that it could happen. We are coming out of our zones, and now if we have some difficult tasks, we'll not find it to be a difficult task anymore because we have seen it all and we are no longer scary. So this is my thought on how to step out of the comfort zone. So there are a few things that we can try. This is all it may sound a little, more of, psychological terms, but then there are a few things that we can try out ourselves to make us come out of our zones. So some of those things is one of the thing is let's try doing things differently every day. Like we have a monotonous routine where we are stepping out of our house, going to office, and so it's the same routine for us. So this time maybe we can turn off our smartphone and television and while having dinner. That's something that we can do different from every day. And now next time when you're stepping out for a walk, just observe your surroundings more than usual. So that's cutting out the everyday task and coming out of your zones. The other thing that we can do is we can expand our professional skill set, some new skills we can try acquiring. That's one of the things. The next thing is we can try a new diet. Maybe we are so much used to a same type of a diet every day. And, we can try a diet which is more healthy this time. Maybe try including some salads in your everyday diet. So that is something that we can, try as a everyday coming out of zones. The other thing is trying workouts. Maybe you used to walk for 1 kilometer or 2 kilometer. Try, exceeding little more than the usual. So that's one of the things. Getting creative. Getting creative is one of the ways that we can, come up with, try doing some painting or some other activity than the usual. So these are the few things which, I felt that we can do different from our everyday routines. And so what will happen if we try coming out of our comfort zones? Because comfort zone is a place where we are in control and we feel safe. So the next zone that we come across is the fear zone. In the fear zone where there will be a little lack in confidence and we'll find excuses. Like I was finding excuse till yesterday evening on how to not take up this role. So that's one of the next zone. The next thing is the learning zone, where we learn something new and extend our horizon. And finally, we reach the growth zone where lies our dreams and where we find purpose in our life. So that's the next thing that we can come across. So moving on, Prakash, to the next slide. Yeah, sorry, I'm making you do. So the next thing is, so why we are trying to achieve the best of ourselves. So if you look into this pyramid, we have some basic needs and some safety needs. So above the pyramid is the self-actualization or fulfilling our potentials and realizing on what is the purpose for us. So that is what is the top of the pyramid for us. That's what we are trying to achieve when we are coming out of our comfort zones. So this is my thought on it. Does anybody have anything else to add on to what I said, or any thoughts or anything that you want to share?
I'd like to take a share.
Thank you.
The first one was very interesting. Your comfort zone. You are in your comfort zone because beyond it is your fear zone. And so one of the things that I was really scared of was driving, because I was scared of crossing the road. So I wouldn't touch steering wheel. But then to get over my fear of crossing the road, actually, driving helped me, because I felt comfortable within a car rather than actually being exposed to the traffic outside. So I was comfortable crossing the road with a car rather than actually walking. So when I realized what my fear was, I was able to come out of my comfort zone. So that's my story about staying out of, pushing yourself and coming out of your comfort zone. Good topic. Thank you, Jisha.
Thank you, Arathi, for sharing your thoughts on it. To moving on, I would like now to take to the next step of introducing our general evaluator. Our general evaluator is Vineetha Thangachan, and she works with Pitch Solutions as a business analyst. And she enjoys, dancing and watching series and traveling. Over to you, Vineetha.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jisha. And today's theme of the day was really nice, stepping out of the comfort zone. And some of the tips that you said, I think I'll also be taking it home about starting a workout or taking care of the diet or trying some new challenges. And even today, I guess, taking this role when Prakash asked me, every time he asked me, I will say, I will do it next week and next week. And I was like prolonging it, but then finally I thought I will do it. And I feel this is also stepping out of my comfort zone. So it aligns very well with the topic of theme of today. So moving on to my responsibility, I am the general evaluator of the day. And as a general evaluator, I will be evaluating all aspects of today's session. And I will be noting out which are the good points and the good things about this speech. And I will also be telling any improvements when I notice any. And since this is a massive task, I have a stellar team to help me with it, the tag team. So let me start by introducing the members of the tag team. First, I will start with the timer. The timer for today is Toastmaster Arathi. She's a VP at Suntech, and she is an avid Toastmaster, and she loves yoga and gardening. Over to you, Toastmaster Arathi.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Vineetha. As a timer, I will be timing all the speakers today, which includes table topics. We do not have prepared speeches today, table topic speakers and any of the evaluators from the tag team. I will alert each speaker of the time that they have left using my virtual background that goes from green, yellow, and red. When you see a green card, it means that you have spoken for the minimum time. Between after green, I would be showing the yellow card and then the red card, which is a cue to wind up your speech. After showing the red card, you will still get 30 seconds to wind down. Now, for table topics, I would be showing the green card at 1 minute, the yellow card at 1 and 30 seconds, and at 2 minutes, I'll show the red card. And this is how my background will look like. The yellow, I'll start with the green, then the yellow and the red. And while it's neutral, until green, it would be having a blue neutral background. So that's it from me, and back to you, General Evaluator. I'll be back with my timers report at the end of the speeches.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arathi. The next member of our team is the R counter. For that, we have Toastmaster Prakash. Toastmaster Prakash completed his BTech from Rajagiri School of Engineering, and he loves football and martial arts. Over to you, Toastmaster Thomas.
All right. Thank you, General Evaluator Vineetha. Greetings, fellow Toastmasters and guests. The purpose of our counter is to note words and sounds that are used as crutch or pause filler by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen to overused words including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen to for filler sounds including and I'll also note down when the speaker repeats a word or phrase such as I or this means. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker used these expressions. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Thomas. The next member of our team is the Grammarian, and for that we have Toastmaster Radhika. Toastmaster Radhika is working as the head of HR in Ozonetel, and she's an HR professional, seasoned HR professional for almost 20 years, and she loves a good debate any day. So over to you, Toastmaster Radhika.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vineetha, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My role as a grammarian is to keenly listen to the conversations that is happening today in this session, and then also note down some very good usage of words, phrases, idioms, and also note not so good usages and come back with a report with the general evaluator at the end of the session. I also have the responsibility to introduce the word of the day, which is audacious. Audacious. Audacious, you might all be Googling for that word. Audacious means impudence, the boldness. Somebody, look at her audacity to take up that task. So it actually borders on the positive and the negative. We can use it both ways, but here, we will definitely look at it as with the positive connotation. So let us use that word more often during the conversations and the table topic discussions and all that. I will be counting the number of usages, the frequency, and include that also on the report. What an audacious attempt to have a Saturday morning meeting and making sure that we are here on time. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Radhika. So that was a tag team with their roles and responsibilities, and everyone has explained it very well. Now they will be presenting their report at the end of the meeting. And as a general evaluator, I will also be presenting my report at the end of the meeting. So with that, I come to an end of the general evaluator's role for now, handing the control over to the TMOD. Over to you, Toastmaster Jisha.
Thank you, Vineetha. For the next session, do we have anything planned up? Or shall we go ahead with the table topic session? Do we have any storytelling session today?
No, we can.
Okay.
We can go to the table topics.
Okay. Yeah. To conduct the table topic session, I would like to invite the Toastmaster Prabin. Toastmaster Prabin is from Trivandrum and he is working as a developer at Oracle. Over to you, Toastmaster Prabin.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jisha. Good morning, fellow Toastmaster and guests. Stepping out from the comfort zone is really a nice title today. I'm doing this table topic master first time as stepping out from the comfort zone. Life is full of opportunities. We need to step out from the comfort zone and grab the opportunities, better opportunities. I moved to the, as Jisha mentioned, comfort zone to growth zone. Table topic section enables members to develop the skills of impromptu speaking. A speaker will be invited and given a topic. You can speak for the topic or against the topic, or simply express your experience, your life stories, anything. The objective is to speak for 1 to 2 minutes on the topic. As Arathi mentioned, they allowed time 1 to 2 minutes for each topic. Please watch the timer show the green background at 1 minute, which means you have qualified for the minimum time. Yellow at 1 minute and 30 seconds, and finally red at 2 minutes. You will get a grace period of 30 seconds to wind up, and beyond that, you will be disqualified. I will request volunteers to come forward to take up topics. I also encourage each speakers to use the word of the day in your speech. I'm sharing my screen. Yeah, hope you can see my screen. Yeah, any volunteers, you can select any number. Each number have the topics. You can speak about the topic. Who can grab the first opportunity? Any volunteers?
I can go, Toastmaster Prakash. Prabin.
Thomas, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Which number?
I guess I'll go with 1.
1. Okay. What makes you uncomfortable?
Okay, that is a topic to discuss. Very good topic to discuss, because like most of the things that I do are, so there are some things, like certain things that we don't like, but we have to do as well, even though that kind of things makes us uncomfortable. Like even the daily task, such as doing the chores repeatedly, you would have to you would be forced to do, because of the things that because it's so repetitive and redundant. So in order to avoid these tasks, we also try to most of the cases we want to escape from our comfort zone, escape from our uncomfortable zone, uncomfortable things, even though we have to do it. But there are certain examples that I have in mind. One is like, yeah, I actually don't like to wake up at 6 like most cases. But even though I have to do it at that time in order to do it, I like Saturdays because of it, because I don't have to wake up at 6 as usual. Then certain other examples that I would like to point out is, uh, you even though it makes me uncomfortable, I really have to work out or do some exercises because of this. It makes my body stressed out, but you have to do it. Doing the uncomfortable sometimes might be for your own good, but you have to do it even though you are forced to. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Thomas. You did it very well. You explained about the uncomfort zones in your life. I like that you are uncomfortable with that wake up early morning at 6 something. Yeah, thanks, Thomas. Thank you. And I'm sharing my screen. Yeah, next.
I can go.
Who's this?
Vineetha, general
Vineetha.
manager.
Sure, thanks. Yeah, Vineetha, select anyone.
I will choose 8.
If not now, then when?
Okay. So thank you, Toastmaster Prabin, for this nice topic. It's a good topic to, I think, speak about. So if not now, when? I think the best example for that is my today's role as a general evaluator. As I was saying, it has been many months since I've taken up any role, and every time Prakash approaches me with a role, the first thing is I get scared. So then I'll say like, okay, I will do it next week, Prakash, and again Prakash will come to me next week, and again I'll say next week. And but for some reason, when I came and attended the meeting last time, I just thought, okay, now if not now, when? That is what I thought. At least today I have to do this, and so I took an audacious decision, and I decided to be the general evaluator. And yes, I was very scared, and still scared, but I feel like once I'm doing this, I really like it. So that is a good point. And then I think this can be for many other things also. Like I wanted to do many things, like maybe according to today's theme, stepping out of the comfort zone, maybe about workout. I know that workout is very good for the mind and the body, but I really don't like doing it. And so that also is something that I keep pushing for many days now. But maybe that is also something, and I should start today itself. So that is also something to do. And then maybe there are other things like maybe doing traveling a lot. And traveling is something that also I do a lot of traveling, but there are some places that I want to see, which I have not yet done. So that is also something maybe I should do about. And also then maybe you can just talk about some things like there are some things that which I really want to do maybe once, but I am still scared of, like some adventure activities like skydiving or something. I'm not sure if I will do it ever, but maybe today, according to this thing, I feel I should start doing it. So I think in our life, we always think that we have a lot of time left, and tomorrow, maybe when we are a little bit old or when we are retired, then we can do a lot of things. And it can be the simple things like maybe spending time with your children, or spending time with your spouses, or maybe going to that party that you like, or wearing the dress that you want. You can even see that there are people, we buy a lot of chinaware, and a lot of maybe utensils, plates, which are really fancy, and we just keep it. So let's all try to think, if not now, when, and start doing what we want. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vineetha. You start with your today's Toastmaster role and go to the travel things and the exercise. Almost you covered all the things in the one topic. Thank you, Toastmaster Vineetha. Okay.
Prabin, Toastmaster Prabin, am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, I would like to go next if that's okay.
Okay, sure.
Thank you.
Thomas, who is this? Vishnu.
I can go for topic 5.
Topic 5. Yeah, Vishnu. This is
quite a, yeah.
What's one downside of the modern day world?
This is quite a relevant topic today. So people talk about how the modern day world is is the pinnacle of human evolution. We pretty much have made things really easy for average humans, and things like getting food on the table, our personal safety, traveling to different locations, traveling across the world is all much easier than it ever used to be in in the history of humanity. But when you really reflect and when you think about what is the real downside here, I think there is a heavy reliance on technology. There is a heavy reliance. Things have become more virtual, and because of that, there is a risk that some of the things that make humans human, the personal touch, the physical meetings, uh, the emotional connects, the chai pe charcha kind of things, that kind of goes down because people try to make the maximum of their time. There are uh, technology enables you to go from point A to point B with lot of speed and with a lot of efficiency. But what it also enables you to do is it enables you to just stay still and be at multiple places and make the best use of your time. So I think the real downside, according to me, is allowing technology to dictate how we live our lives and losing some of the real human elements, which really makes life worth living. Uh, Obviously, the balance is extremely important, but all of us have to really reflect on what our priorities are and basically, ensure that we manage this downside of today. Thank you all.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vishnu. You explained very well about the topic, the downside of the modern day. We started with that technology and virtual things. And that's really, I agree with that point. Thank you, Vishnu.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prabin.
Who can go next? Anyone, please? Rubin, can you have a try?
No, sir, today, next time I will try.
I can try.
Yeah,
Prabin, Radhika here.
Yeah, Radhika, yeah. Can you select any?
3.
Yeah, what is the biggest obstacle that stands in your way right now?
Wow, wow, what a relevant topic on a Saturday morning. Thank you, Toastmaster Prabin. When you think about what is the obstacle that stands in front of me right now, it is the time for introspection as well as retrospection and looking ahead as well. So beautiful topic. Thank you for that. When I'm thinking about right now, here and now, one thing that is the obstacle that is stopping me from being the actual me or the optimized me. It's a very deep and profound thought or a concept that you have thrown at me on a Saturday morning. But I will come to the real terms. One obstacle I'm facing right now, everyday challenge, is getting up early in the morning and start the day early. I have been a late bloomer all my life. So I sleep late, I wake up late, I start everything late. So that has been probably not a very good thing. I don't know if I can turn it around now at this point in time, but how to overcome that obstacle is what I'm trying to do now. So I know my body clock is now set and there is not much I can do about it, but there are small steps that I can do. It's like, again, being in the comfort zone. And then people used to tell me, how audacious can you be waking up at 8 o'clock and aspiring to be in office at 9? That is too difficult. But what I have done so far is I somehow managed. So I skip my breakfast, I run, I stay very close to my office or, the place of study. So all these things I have managed with these tweaks. I have managed to overcome that obstacle so far to meet the everyday challenges. Will I be able to change the body clock and get up at 3 in the morning or 5 in the morning or 6 in the morning? I do not know, but I have managed to take incremental step and pull down this 8 o'clock clock to 7 o'clock. So I'm kind of able to manage things. But a 9 o'clock meeting is a huge challenge for me even now. But technology is helping me. If it is an important meeting at 9 o'clock, I'll go hybrid, attend the meeting from home, then only I'll start for office. So all this maneuvering around obstacles has been the story of my life as well, like all yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Radhika. You shared your thoughts about that today's obstacles in front of you. You started with that, starting the day with that early morning. I think you are the second person talking about that early morning today. I think already that Thomas also said the same point, I think. Thank you, Toastmaster Radhika.
One more request, Rubin. Do you want to talk about the same topic now that you know what the topic is? Just 1 or 2 lines. Maybe the reason why you're joining Toastmasters is also a good reason for that. Just 1 or 2 lines. Don't have to speak for the entire time. You
What madam, which topic I want to?
The same topic, what Radhika was speaking.
What is the biggest obstacle that stands
Can you show that,
in your
please?
way? Yes.
5, I think.
Actually, I am also, I want to, every day morning, I want to play football. I am a football player. I like football very much. So night, I put an alarm around, I wake up around 5:30 or 6 o'clock. Unfortunately, I didn't wake up, or maybe 7:30 or something. So this is my side. It's an obstacle.
Okay, do you want to put on your camera? You spoke only for 15 minutes. You can come on camera and also explain. I think you explained why you wanted to join Toastmasters, some obstacle at work. You want to explain that?
Yeah, actually, I am a sportsman. I am a football player. So I have previously I have around 4 to 5 years domain experience in finance and accounts background. So I worked in Dubai and Saudi Arabia for 2-3 years. Then after I came back my native for the COVID situation. Then after I didn't get any job, then I went to one SAP Finance Training Institute. After I got an offer from audacious Technology Technopark Phase 3. Then only I joined this institute. So now my situation is some client call and some other situation. I have a lack of confidence. Some call means I have fear. So I don't know how to speak and how to handle. That's the reason I searched one of my friend. He is working in TCS. He is only a refer from Srija. She is working in HNR. She through only I know the Toastmaster Club. This is my objective. Thank you all.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ruben. I think,
Thank you, Prabin.
yeah, I think right now you are stepped out from that comfort zone. Thank you for participating in the table topic in that
Thank you,
Toastmaster.
sir. Thank you, Prabin.
Thanks. Yeah.
There is one more guest, Subi. Sibi. Do you want to?
Yes, Sibi. Hi, Sibi.
Okay, we'll move on.
Okay.
We'll invite the president.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah, Prakash. Can you
go
select?
for 10. 10, has anyone selected 10?
10, yeah, not selected.
Okay.
What can money not buy? That's your turn.
Well, what can money not buy? This question, the answer would have been very much easier if what could money buy, but fortunately the question is flipped. So let me try to answer this question. So a couple of people, I know one is Sridhar Vempu. He is the founder of Sogo Corporation, and he was from his earlier days. I think when he was in 20s, he went to US and started that company from there, along with a few of his, along with 3 of his brothers. And at around 50, he came back to India, and right now he is based out of Tenkasi, and he is living a really normal life, wearing a dhoti and a software, company CEO. And if you could search, you could see all of his pictures in wearing dhoti and normal shirt and giving lectures in colleges and all those things. And there is always one thing that Sridhar used to tell us when I was working in Sogo Corporation in Chennai. And he does not think about from the point of money, giving rise to salaries and all those things. But he always have that finding something that makes you live your life. And he always wanted to go back to rural areas. Not from the, his vision was not to build the cities. His vision was always take the company to rural areas. So his theory is when you take that company to rural areas, that area basically develops. And the example that always he gives is the Mittelstand concept of Germany, where the companies usually start their offices in a rural area and they develop that area along with their company, the entire area. The advantages are people won't move out from that area. They won't, crowd the cities. The area will also develop. So he has that vision. And I never seen him wearing any flamboyant dresses or any cars. He usually walks when he was in, he used to visit us. I mean, that's exactly the same thing that he is doing. So I think, that's one thing that money cannot buy. If you want to have happiness, you need to find what you need beyond money that gives you the happiness, that true meaning, maybe the purpose, whatever that you want to call. Thank you. Over to you, Prabin.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Prakash. You explained very well about that money cannot buy that. I think now I can remember that one of the words said by that actor Madhavan, we need smart villages instead of smart cities. That thing I can remember right now. Thank you. Any other country?
I can go next, Prabin.
Jisha, right?
Yeah, Jisha.
No, yeah. Can you select any number?
I'll go with 12.
Why do you matter?
Okay. Thank you for this topic, Toastmaster Prabin, on why do you matter. So, so we are all in this planet with some cause, some purpose in of our life. So it's one creator who decides and who sends us in this planet with some vision or some purpose in our life. So for me, why do I matter? I'm still finding that purpose on what is my purpose on this planet. So so it could be it could be some of the things which I have already done, maybe helping somebody or taking care of my older parents, or so not sure exactly, but I do matter because there will be some lives who are impacted with my presence. So that could be one of the reason on why do I matter. Yeah, Prabin. So this is what I can think of right now on why do I matter.
Yeah, thank you, Jisha. You said that why do you matter very well. Thank you. Who can go next?
I think only I'm left.
Arathi.
I will try. 9.
Is social media overall good or bad for society?
Thank you, Table Topics Master Prabin, for that topic. A very relevant topic. Is social media good or bad for us? For me, I spent some of my time on social media, not too much, because I tend to be overly working and some of the times, and I miss my updates and messages on social media. But overall, I think that is an excellent platform for all of us to stay connected. Can you think of, did you imagine that when you left school, you would still be in touch with that classmate? You could trace back to the person who sat next to you in UKG and figure out that you really had that connect, but then lost somehow. I never really thought that I would meet most of my friends who were, when we said Tata bye-bye in BTech, I cried so much that day. I think it is a waste because now we are at the tip of fingers. They are right over there in WhatsApp and sometimes a nuisance too. But overall, it's a great platform. I also use or misuse social media to post all my, all adventures. Like I did a 5-kilometer walk today and I posted it as my status. At least 2 or 3 people will respond to it and tell me, wow, Arathi. And there are 4 or 5 people who constantly tell me, why Arathi, from last week only now today, you did not work yesterday. So that gives me a motivation. And there is one consistent person at my home, my husband, who says, you're a totally show off. Why do you have to tell people you work? So I balance between all of these. I just take what I like. I post it because it gives me motivation, some positive energy. There are lots of negatives. Today we are fighting some spam in office where a CEO is supposed to be sending out spam messages to people asking for Amazon vouchers, etc. So there is a deadly side to it as well, but we have to be prudent and careful. Thank you, and back to you, Prabin.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arathi. You really well explained about the good and bad things about that social media. Thank you.
Is Sibi active? Sibi? No. I think all of us have. Prabin, you should pick the last topic.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, Toastmaster Arathi. So I'll pick 7. Yeah. What is your number one goal for the next 6 months? Yeah, my number one goal for the next 6 months. Really a nice topic. yeah, I feel like in next 6 months, I want to be a good English speaking person, or I want to improve my communication skill, public speaking skill. I want to improve. That's one of the main goal for next 6 months. I know that speaking skill we can't able to improve within 1 or 2 days. It will take more than 6 months. Anyway, within 6 months, I want to be improve at least for 10 to 20% of speaking skill. Really, it will help for my career growth as well. So that's why that speaking skill important for me. So I'm picking that as my next 6 months goal. Thank you. That's it. Thank you, Toastmasters, and back to you, TMOD, Jisha.
Thank you, Prabin, for that wonderful session. Though it was your first session, it didn't seem like you are conducting it for the first time. It went very well. And so next we move on to the next session, the evaluation session. And I invite the general evaluator, Toastmaster Vineetha, for providing the feedback for the participants today. Over to you, general evaluator.
If I could interrupt, Prakash, do you want to do a storytelling session? How did you plan that?
It is not planned right now, but however, we have people who are ready, then we can go ahead.
Okay, any specific rules?
No, whatever it may be the story that you want to tell, 1 or 2 minute stories, whether it is the hungry caterpillar, or whether it is any Ramayana or Mahabharata anecdotes, or any biblical stories, or anything for that matter.
Very good. 2 minutes, Hungry Caterpillar by Prakash.
Oh, that.
Whatever, I don't know what that is, but how many minutes? 3 minutes.
2 to 3 minutes, yeah.
Okay, there you go. Timing you. Next is Radhika.
No, you can start.
Well, I don't know what Hungry Caterpillar is.
No, I just gave an example.
Okay.
It's a children's story.
Okay, you can
Should
start.
it be just a second? One question: should it be a continuation of the story or standalone?
No,
story?
just standalone story. Anything, Radhika, you can start.
I thought we are building up on the story.
Let's give a twist. The caterpillar and the comfort zone. That's your topic, Radhika.
Caterpillar and the comfort zone. Okay, and then I will pass out the baton to the next person, right?
With the topic and the theme.
Okay, very good. Super.
2:53. That is my timing.
Okay. So hey, good morning again, Toastmasters and guests. Now we are into the storytelling session, and we are talking about the story Caterpillar and the Comfort Zone. You can actually visualize the story, the storyboard, when you hear this title itself, isn't it? The Caterpillar and the Comfort Zone. Imagine that caterpillar cocooned in the comfort zone. It must be very warm inside, isn't it? And very cozy. So the caterpillar is comfortably sitting inside the cocoon, and then the trial starts, the turbulence, because the caterpillar is not just a caterpillar that is meant to die as a caterpillar. It has a purpose in life. It has larger goals in life. So the caterpillar has to comfort, emerge as a butterfly. So how does it happen? So from the pupae to the caterpillar to the butterfly. So the caterpillar stage is the most turbulent phase in our life. So what do? We are put through the turbulences, the trials, and what we do is we try to overcome that in our own ways. The caterpillar wriggles and struggles and try to get out of that cocoon that is confining it. That is the limiting factor, the comfort zone, the boundary of comfort zone. We do not know how to get out of it because the fear of the unknown is stopping you. But imagine the effort, whatever effort we have to put into it to break free of that outer wall that is confining us, the boundaries that confining us, and break free of it little by little. And you emerge, and your wings are kind of formed and strengthened to make that beautiful flight to the outer world, the unknown world. And look around, what a beautiful world it is. Flowers, colors, brightness, the sunshine, all that invites you out there. And the butterfly spread its wings and fly to the horizon, enjoying the scenery and the bounty around. So that is the life of a caterpillar stepping out of the comfort zone and experiencing the world outside. Thank you. Over to you, the next speaker, passing it on to Jisha. The topic is, what are the sights the caterpillar sees, the butterfly sees outside the world? The journey continues.
What an audacious story, Radhika, that was. It left me mesmerized. On such an impromptu speaking, I wish I could reach to that stage where I am so comfortable in speaking fluently, just like how you did right now. So now what we see is butterfly sees a world, which is, imagine a world, a beautiful morning, and we see a garden full of flowers, and we have this cocooned butterfly, which was not aware of this beautiful world, and now it sees a beautiful world with the morning sun, falling on him, and there is a beautiful garden that this butterfly, who had never imagined, what he would see when he steps out of its comfort zone of that cocoon. And this wonderful, beautiful world that, imagine he would have stayed in his cocoon and thought that this is what I can achieve, or this is what I can get in. How much of the things that he would have missed it. And now that he sees a world which is beautiful and wonderful, and what can go next? He's waiting to see what is the next thing that will happen. This now his horizon is expanded. He's no longer a cocoon, and he moved on. He moved on to a world which is a beautiful world, and there are a lot of opportunities and scopes and wonderful life that is ahead of him. So what can happen to this butterfly next? Now, I would like to pass on to this butterfly, and now the butterfly which can see a bigger world. I would like to pass on to this to Prakash, a butterfly in the outside world.
Thanks, Jisha. And of course, Radhika, that was such a wonderful story. And Jisha, you carried that story to the next level. Now, my topic is butterfly in the beautiful world, right? Is that correct, Jisha?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the butterfly started flying, and all she saw was the beautiful world until it reached a stage where beautiful world is no more beautiful. Her forest suddenly became trees, concrete forest, and there was nowhere to go and nowhere to see the flowers and all the beautiful greenery. That's when it realized the world is not always beautiful. The world has both the negative side as well as the positive side. And survey, it has to face both. The beautiful world basically keep you in a comfort, but the negative world makes you stronger, it makes you go further. And then it decides to embark on a journey into the not so beautiful world. And I would like to now pass it to our VPE, Toastmaster Arathi, the butterfly into the not so beautiful world.
Thank you. I just changed my background. I will time myself, so it's fine. So the butterfly started flying, as Prakash said. It was flying from the beautiful garden that it was there. And it had a search. It had only a limited time span of 30 days, and then it would have to go back to heaven. So within the 30 days, it had two missions. One was to find her mother, because she had lost contact with the mother the day the mother laid the egg and left. And she was all alone in that Arathi leaf, trying to feed herself, trying to stay warm in the cocoon, and finally struggled to come out. Unlike other creatures, there was no mother and father to help her. She struggled on her own and she fought her way. Now she had to go and find them. Plus, she had to do her duty as pass it on to the next generation. She had to find a nice place and put the eggs and then move on. She has to pass on the legacy. So this butterfly was trying to move around, and then finally reached at some point where it thought it was end of the world, because it struck a glass door. And then there was a board written there, which she read as "Welcome to the Butterfly Garden." Alas, she realized that she had spent her life in a glass garden that was meant for visitors to walk in. And she realized she was in the zoo of Toronto, where there was a butterfly garden that you could walk in through. People would come, there would be hundreds of butterflies. But if the human accidentally touches you, then you fall dead. She thought that was really cruel, because for the entertainment of a few human beings, they were allowing people to walk through this butterfly garden. And it was so crowded that the butterflies, with so many of butterflies, some would fall dead, some would still fly. And she was really, really upset. She made a point that once her 2 life missions were done, she would go back to wherever it was and tell the Supreme Creator that this is not a good idea at all. We should stop it. And if possible, she will start a social media campaign there and make sure that all butterflies and some other people would join her, and they would make it a better life a better world for the rest of the generations. That is all. And back to the Toastmaster of the day. And I hope we can stop it at here.
Thank you, Arathi. Thank you for that wonderful session. And starting with the whole story session was a wonderful idea. And it was my first experience in Toastmaster to see a impromptu session like this. And I enjoyed it. I hope everybody felt the same. So now moving on, I would like to invite the general evaluator for providing the feedback for the participants today. General evaluator, Vineetha.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jisha. So before the reports, should I give an evaluation about the storytelling session?
Yeah, at the end, after you call the tag team.
Okay. Okay. So let me call the timer of the day to provide the timing report. Toastmaster Arathi, over to you.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Since we did not have prepared speeches, we had plenty of time. We are ahead of time, and we had 8 table topic speakers. All of them spoke well. I'll just read out the timing so that people feel good about the time they spoke. Thomas spoke for 1 minute and 49 seconds. Vineetha 2 minutes and 9:09. Vishnu 2 minutes and 18. Radhika 2 minutes and 6. Prabin, I congratulate you. You completed 1 minute and 33. 1 was the minimum you wanted to speak. So I would say a good round of applause to Prabin, because his first attempt, I had promised him I will not make him speak, but then now you know. This is how we get people out of their comfort zone. You spoke for 1 minute 33 seconds on a topic that you were not prepared on, and you did very well. I like that. Prakash spoke for 3 minutes and 12 seconds, which is 1 minute over his allocated time. So when Prakash gets passionate, he speaks on and on and on. Jisha, 1 minute and 11 seconds, and Arathi, last table topic speaker, for 2 minutes and 21. On the storytelling, Radhika spoke for 2 minutes 59, Jisha for 2 minutes 4 seconds, Prakash 2 minutes 16, Arathi 2 minutes 57. So all of us could speak well over 2 minutes, irrespective of the fact that this is the first time we are playing a storytelling. And the rules were just invented on the fly. Thank you, and back to you, Vineetha.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arathi, for that wonderfully presented report. And I think storytelling was not part of the session before, but you have also timed all of them very well. Thank you. So now let me call upon the next person, the R counter. Over to you. Today, Toastmaster Thomas. Sorry, I forgot for a second.
Thank you, General Evaluator Vineetha. So I have a report on all the things. So first first, for the introduction, speak by President Prakash. He actually did a very good job, great job in doing that. He minimized all those crutches and filler words. That's like, even though it was hard to notice. So I would say that for one time, and for one time, and for one time. And TMOD Toastmaster of the day, Jisha Binu, for her TMOD address, she used one time, one time. That's it. And her favorite word was try. And now we go to the table topics. I guess Prabin, our leader, the one who conducted the table topics, you did an amazing job. Thank you for that. Thank you for the speeches, even though like for my speech, my brains was like firing crazy when you asked that question out of the blue. So yeah, I had to fumble a lot. And Prabin, so you had pauses one time, so 2 times, and favorite words was that and yeah. So next me, I used 3 plus times, and so 3 plus times. Rest of the things I wasn't able to note down. So next to is general evaluator Vineetha. She used her 1 time and 2 times, and so 2 times. Maybe was of your one of your favorite word. Then upon Vishnu, we have a three plus times and 1 time, and 1 time. So the TM Radhika, like that was one of the wonderful speeches or table topics presented, best presenter. Uh, then you used so 2 times. That was great. I really appreciate you for that. And Ruben, for the first timer, yeah, actually this was something unexpected. It was amazing, and you used only R3 plus times, and your one favorite word was some. Then next on to TM Prakash, I would say 3 times and so 2 times. TMOD Jisha, actually it was 1 time and so 2 times. Timer Arathi, actually, and so it was used only 1 time. Uh, and to over to the caterpillar story, all the 4 speakers, Radhika, Jisha, Prakash, and Arti, did it so well that it was so, all the crutch verses was so minimal that I wasn't able to, it was hard for me to notice all these words. Like there were some pauses, all of them, but it is it is avoidable. I could skip on that. Thank you. Over to you, general evaluator Vineetha.
Thank you, Toastmaster Thomas. That was a well-tabulated report with all the crutch words and all the other words. Thank you. Now, moving on to the grammarian report. Toastmaster Radhika, over to you.
I'm able to unmute. Okay, let me just try switching on my video. So there's a lot of background disturbance right now. I hope I'm audible. Am I?
Yes.
So let me just conclude my report. Give me a second.
Radhika, now you are on mute.
Got
She's
it.
still on mute. Can
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I got it. Thank you so much. So back to the report. It was really a wonderful.
Sorry, Radhika, your video is now it's better. It keeps turning to the side.
We can't hear you again, Radhika.
Am I audible now?
Yes, again.
So the topic itself is very powerful. Getting out of the comfort zone or coming out of the comfort zone. And everyone used their philosophical hat, and then it was a beautiful array of a lot of good usages, phrases, and idioms. Jisha started with the self-actualization needs, something everybody would like to Google and know more. She had put that seed into our thoughts. So we would like to learn more about the graphs, the comfort zone, the fear zone, all that. And then Vineetha, she said, if not now, then when? That was very powerful, punchy, like a mass dialogue. Vishnu said, allowing technology to dictate. Oh, that was scary. And Prakash said, money cannot buy happiness. And he also said, the world is not always that beautiful. Jisha, universe has a purpose. Prabin, setting up goals for 6 months. Robin, addressing my fears. Arathi, crying was a waste. I loved it. And hitting the glass door, the butterfly hitting the glass door was a very powerful imagery for many reasons, And so it was a feast to any grammarian who was noting down the phrases, good usages and all that. And the word of the day, audacity, was also used a few times by Vishnu, Jisha, and not, I couldn't mark others, but I know that that word will stay with you for some time and you will start using it more often. So thank you all for that. It was wonderful. And I have picked up a couple of not so good usages which we can improve. One was like, somebody said, I was scary. I was scared would be the right usage, I guess. And then for the word uncomfortable, the last syllable has to be pronounced. You cannot say uncomfortable. The last syllable cannot be inaudible. So when you're using uncomfortable, give the emphasis on the last syllable also. And also someone said, we are all here for a cause. I think it should be, we are all here for a reason. And horizon, I think the pronunciation is horizon, not horizon. And so that is it for the day. I have noted down a couple of other usages. I can add that to the report. Thank you very much. And back to you, Toastmaster Jisha. Toastmaster, General Evaluator Vineetha. Apologies.
Yeah. Thank you, Toastmaster Radhika. That was a wonderful grammarian report. So the tag team has presented their report and it is very well tabulated. So it was a really great report. Now coming to the other part of the General Evaluator's report, starting with the Sergeant at Arms. So today Thomas had to suddenly become the Sergeant at Arms, but he manifested, I mean, he navigated it very well, and so he did that role really good. And he was very quick and he was clear, and it was a good role. And then we come on to the President Prakash, and as always, Prakash, he welcomed all the guests, and he also did a very good role. And then moving on to the TMOD, Jisha, her topic was really, really great. I really liked the topic, and I think everybody also liked it, and it made everyone think, stepping out of the comfort zone. And I also liked the speech. She was very clear, and she explained all the points on the different versions, how were the stepping out of the comfort zone, which all areas it is affecting, and she explained each of it, and it was very good. Prabin, that was a really wonderful session. All the topics that we chose, they were simple, and I think it also gave us some insight into our life, like what should we do? Should we wait and waste our time, or should we do something now? Or is the social media harming us? Or all the other questions, like what is the obstacles that you're facing, or what is your aim for next 6 months? So all those topics, they were very simple, and it made everybody to talk. So that was very good. Then moving on to the tag team, we had the timer, and Arathi, she timed everything very well. And for the R counter, Thomas, he not only noticed the crutch words, he also added everybody's favorite word. So that was very good. And the grammarian's report, Radhika, she did it very well. She noticed everybody's favorite words and everything. So that was also good. Then moving on to the storytelling session. The storytelling session, I know it was sudden, but first Arathi started it with the story about the caterpillar and with the twist. That was very nice. She told the story with all the emotions and the moods. That was really nice. And then after that, Jisha, she also continued the story about the caterpillar slowly turning into the butterfly, and that was also very well said. And then moving on to Prakash, I thought he was going to say that the caterpillar butterfly was looking all the seeing the wonderful sights, but his story suddenly took a dark turn. But yes, life is also, there is dark things, so not only positive things. So that was also good. And Arathi, I really loved the story. I really loved that new angle where the butterfly is going, I mean, in search of its mother. So nobody thought that, but it was really interesting. I was also thinking, what is the story will the butterfly find? And when she went to the butterfly garden, I was thinking she's going to tell something about maybe butterfly heaven or something, but that was also good. Overall, today was a really great session, and thank you, Toastmaster Prakash, for pushing me to do this. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done it. And thank you for having me. So that's the end of the GE report. Thank you. Over to you, TMOD.
Chata.
Thank you. Thank you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Vineetha, for presenting that report. With that, we come to an end of a wonderful session. And I would like to end the session with the thought that based on the topic that we selected today, and we had many first-time role players, and still, we all came out of our comfort zones and spoke on and we did conduct this meeting with the same thought of coming out of our comfort zone. So with that, I would like to hand it over to the president.
Thank you, TMOD. Jisha, what a wonderful meeting, a wonderful team, and it was such a lovely meeting. And thanks to everyone, all the role players and all the speakers. And we have two guests. Rubin, would you like to come on video and give us your feedback? What do you think about the meeting?
Yeah, meeting that was really good, but I mean not much more exposure in English, but it's really very interesting.
Okay, you can stay back after our meeting. Maybe we will discuss more on that, how it would be helpful for you. And
Okay.
yeah. So, Sibi, would you like to come on video and or unmute and give us your feedback? Hello, Sibi. Okay, yeah, no issues. Okay, yeah. It's a really wonderful topic that Jisha has chosen about stepping out of comfort zone, and how the fear zone is basically keeping us in our comfort zone, and then you'll go to learning zone, then to growth zone, and how it is connected to finding purpose. And that thought process was well put together. It's really wonderful way of showing everything. And thanks, Jisha and Prabin, for conducting such a wonderful topic, and of course the storytelling session. It was initially planned, then I thought there weren't much response for that, so I thought of removing it. But adding to that, the rules made it more creative, I guess, the last minute. Anyway, thanks to our VP Arathi for that. So with that, I think we reached end of our meeting. There are a couple of things that I wanted to talk about. One is about our international speech contest is planned sometime early March. So to attend international speech contest, you have to finish the 2 levels. So who are all planning to complete that, you have to speed up your project completion in the first 2 levels. And we will get you slots in another club also if there are no meetings available, or if there is any shortage of meetings. So no problem with that. There will be virtual meetings conducted by I think HNR and USD Toastmasters. So we have enough clubs in Trivandrum to for you to finish your speeches. Just focus on that. That's one thing. Another thing is if we have enough people, maybe then we can look at having alternate weeks physical meetings. So that's also one thing that I want you to think about and respond through our group meeting. So I'll conclude the meeting now. We will stay back and we will discuss all the other points. So the meeting is officially concluded. Thank you, everyone.
The voting, we have only 3 responses so far.
Okay.
Is anyone else voting now?
Can you put the link again, Arathi?
Sure. So next week is it collab meeting, or do we need to pick out TMOD?
I think it would be better to pick a TMOD.
So Thomas, can you be TMOD? Yes
Next
or
week,
yes?
sometimes I won't be here. I'll be traveling.
Is it the long
Republic Day
weekend?
holidays. Yeah. Republic Day holidays.
Jisha, are you in Trivandrum?
No, Arathi, I'll be coming from April only to
Okay.
Trivandrum.
Okay. So
And for next week, I'm also not available. I have a short holiday trip planned.
Vineetha, Vishnu, have you tried?
Arathi, I also have a holiday trip planned.
Is it a physical meeting? Because I am actually in Sharjah actually, so I will not be able to make it.
It is HNR block was asking for a collaboration meeting. If we don't have enough attendance, then
I was thinking I will, if it is like an online, maybe I'll try the icebreaker speech